Yuck it, Janet.
Good morning.
We have a guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Again. Been a guest on here several times. Elizabeth Cattigus, 20 months into recovery. I love doing these with Barry. I really do. It's just crazy. But we get our point across.
Thank you for coming on. September 4th, my little boy turns 10 years old today.
What?
Yeah.
Johnny
Botone.
Oh,
so I got to give a special shout out to my baby boy. He's my baby. He's my son. I named him. I didn't name him. His mother named him after my dad.
I thought that would have came from you.
No.
That's crazy. That's pretty neat, though.
She named him after my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of funny because I always I get my dad again. Mm-hmm. So now I get to terrorize him, My dad terrorized me for years. So now I get to terrorize
you gotta watch that. You gotta watch that. Because when you get older, he's gonna terrorize you back. It's gonna be 10 times worse.
But today is my good morning, David. Brother David, Medicine Tribe. All right.
Semper.
Today's my son's 10th birthday. When he was born, he was 13 pounds. Yeah, 13 pounds.
That was your last one, right?
Yep.
You ain't got no illegitimates?
No.
Okay.
I actually...
That was last time?
Yeah.
They say your last one's always your big baby, like the biggest one.
Yeah. Yeah, he plays football and...
I know, I've seen that.
He does not like it.
Oh, man.
He's the biggest one on the team, too.
Right?
He be letting them little kids tackle him, be letting them little kids. I'm just like, you could just, shake them off. If you didn't want to be tackled, nobody could ever tackle you.
Right.
But, yeah. Good morning, Paula Poundstone.
What's good, Bear?
So, it's his birthday today. Just been thinking about his mom, it's been about 3 years since she's passed, so just trying to, he lives with his aunt. She's doing a great job with him. Mm-hmm. He's a grandma's boy, so just trying to give him a shout out,
Yeah.
He's a good kid. He plays his game so much in his head. In his hair is always that because he's got a headset.
Oh, where it's flattened down?
Yeah, it's like that's how his hairstyle is. Good morning, Brother Drew. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Kind of funny to always see that going across his head.
Right.
But yeah, it's his birthday today. So happy birthday. I always call him
happy birthday, Johnny.
My dad, whenever, my dad's part Kiowa and part CNA.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad always used to call me Hazipta. And so that's what I call Johnny. Hazipta. And it means, I was told, my dad said in Kiowa that good morning, CC, Fran, good morning, Miss Cindy. My dad used to tell me that it meant top of the gun.
Oh.
Kind of like a gunslinger.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the top of the gun.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what my dad used to say. Hazipta. Good morning from Dodge. All right. Mr. Tane, Larry Tane. But yeah, that's, grew up, my dad, he's from Dodge. My dad's from Dodge. Good morning, Mr. Black Wolf. But my dad's from Dodge. My family though, they lived out between Dodge and what's that little town between Chickasha and Anadarko? I damn forgot the name of it. Verdon. I don't know why I forgot the name of that. But yeah, that's where my family lives between, like just outside of Verdon, between. That's where my family's from. Well, my dad's family.
Yeah.
Well, my family, but where his folks, they all lived in that area.
Uh-huh.
I want to say the Kiowa Casino was out, like across the road from, like where my grandma's place was.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they live. But my dad is from Dodge. Moved to El Reno. Good morning, Janelle. Where he moved to because my grandma worked for the BIA.
Oh, okay.
So she worked down and started out in Anadarko, and then she got a job here in El Reno.
Mm-hmm.
So they moved over here, and yeah, I've been here ever since. My dad's on the Kiowa Road, but he was raised with CNAs. So when he married my mom, right in the heart of CNA country, I don't know why he wanted me to be raised Cheyenne.
Good.
And very thankful for that. So good morning, Susanna.
Hey.
Phyllis the realist, Mr. Gibbons. All right. Tell her hello. But yeah, today's Johnny Boat's birthdays. Talking about, my dad was a Vietnam vet. And he was part of the Southwest Color Guard.
Yeah.
Big Jody Stevens, Randy Bellemule, Randy Sneed. There was quite a few, veterans that, all my uncles, DK, Topa, there's a bunch of them. Mike Toity.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, that I remember growing up around. Always going to powwows and always watching them carry in the cup.
Yeah. When I was on Honor Guard, I was with Mock, Tallbear, Alex P. Warden, Guy Hicks, Richard Williams.
Yeah.
And there was a female, I forgot her name. But yeah, like all them guys.
Yeah.
Try taking a road trip all the way to Arizona with all them guys. Turn here. Nope, you're supposed to turn here. Let's stop at the casino. You can just pick up a receipt. Because the check was in my name, so I had to go cash it and all that money. Oh, the guys. Let's stop at a casino. We got a
Good morning, Carrie.
But I love serving with those guys on Honor Guard, man. I loved hearing their stories and everything.
Yeah. Yep, I grew up. I mean, all them guys were my uncles. All of them. A whole lot more. Like there's a whole lot. There's a lot more. Those are just ones I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Yeah, and we were always at a powwow. We were always, always. There's always dressed out.
Always fed.
Yeah. Yeah, people were good to them. And I remember that. So, it being my son's birthday, and he's named after my dad. It just brings back a whole lot of good memories.
Yeah.
Good memories. Good morning, Desiree. It was all them guys were funny. They were all crazy guys. But yeah, it's my son's 10th birthday, so a lot of good memories. Thinking of a lot of good memories.
What are you gonna do for his birthday? Are you gonna wait for the weekend?
Probably gotta wait for the weekend. Because I get them on the weekend. So
yeah.
They're on a pretty strict schedule.
Yeah.
Throughout the week, so I don't want to interfere with that.
Right.
So yeah, I'll probably be 9 this weekend.
What's
yeah.
Hey, there's fire pit out there. We can get it going.
Yeah. So today is September 4th. Would you like to read the
Go
passage?
ahead, you can.
Okay. We're still in the summer meditation with Native American elders. And it's September 4th. I believe we're facing south still. Fall should be coming up pretty soon. When does fall come? Hang on, let me look in my book. Because it usually gives like pretty good. Usually gives a pretty good passage. It's in here. It says that the last day is September 25th. So that's the day we're going to be leaving for Montana. That'll be cool. That'll be cool.
Bring me back a sandwich.
All right, bologna. All right. Okay. Yeah. Today's September 4th. Facing south, and it says the elders say that if you want something good, you have to suffer for it. Dr. Alan Ihimani Ross Lakota. Then below it says, people sometimes have a misconception of sacrifice. This is a strong word for Indian people. On the other side of sacrifice is another whole world. During sacrifice, our beliefs are tested. We may all have good beliefs, but if you test a good belief, then you get real beliefs. Real beliefs make new people. Real beliefs make new self images. Real beliefs allow determination and desires and faith to come true. God is always available to us, but we often bring it within until we let go of the old ways. We let go of the old ways by suffering. Suffering is only letting go of things that don't work anymore. On the other side of suffering is a new world. Wow. Then the prayer for the day is, Creator, help me to let go of old ways. Let my old thoughts and beliefs be abandoned. Every change is preceded by struggle. Help me go through the struggle today. Wow. That's a good one. That's a good one. What came to mind was, they always say, it's tough being Cheyenne. It's tough. It's tough being Cheyenne. We got hard ways. Still got our ceremonies. Still thankful we still have our ceremonies. We still got our sweat lodge. Of course, our Native American church sweat lodge. We still got dances. Then there's other ceremonies that we got. That I wouldn't want to talk about on here, but they go a little bit. They involve different elements of suffering. To me, some of the most extreme. And it takes a lot. You're definitely tested. When you go through any one of these.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to a sweat tonight. Sometimes, man, sometimes those things get rough. Not even gonna lie. Like
blowing red.
Nyakit Rossi. I'll be ready to bust out of there. Like thinking like all the rounds over. Then somebody else starts singing. And it's like, oh, but then, that's when I know it's time to focus.
Yeah.
That's when I start praying. You know, and that's when I feel that oneness with the Creator, because this sense of calmness comes over me.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not hot anymore. I'm not struggling. You know, I'm not, I'm not psyching myself out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of like in the moment. And, you know, they say that's the Creator's breath, you know, coming off that steam, coming off them rocks. You know, them rocks, they say that them rocks are our grandfathers. And they've already seen everything. They've been here for a long time. You know, and they're going to be here way after we're gone.
Yeah.
You know, and you leave all your problems there. You know, whatever's bothering you, all them fears that you have, you leave them there with them rocks. And whenever you crawl out, it's like crawling out of your mother's womb because you're reborn. You know, all the like this transformation happens. And man, you know, just that relief of that cool air, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you automatically feel the change. You know, and it, to me, it's about the suffering. I remember being young, you know, I started sweating when I was about 10 at my Uncle Duck's place out there in Thomas. And I used to be able to just go, you know, maybe I couldn't go the whole sweat.
Yeah.
I always had to, you know, sit out around. And good morning, Mr. Trout. Good morning, Randy.
Morning, Pamela.
Aunt Pam. You know, it got to the point where, you know, people just kind of got used to me sitting out.
Yeah.
And they would tell me, you know, like, you're supposed to want it rough. You're supposed to want it the hottest that it can get. Like, you're supposed to want these things.
Yeah.
And I would just kind of be like, well, why would you want that? You know, and they're like, because the harder you suffer, the more you're going to get out of it. And then, you know, talking to my dad, he would talk about all you young guys, all you know, you just want instant gratification. When you want something, you want it right then and there. You know, you don't think that there's any sacrifice that has to go into it. You know, he talk about, you know, you don't have any sand, you know, to get down to the nitty gritty. You know, you always want the easy way out.
Right.
You know, but I understand now what he meant, you know, after finally getting my bearings about me and understanding, you know, that some things do take sacrifice if you want it.
Yes.
You know,
very much so.
I wouldn't be sober today if I didn't sacrifice. You know, and it wasn't, you know, like this. It was a mental sacrifice. You know, I had to let go of these things that kept giving me relief, kept numbing me, kept me in this lifestyle that I knew was wrong, but I didn't know how to get out of it. So, you know, once I found that oneness, that interconnectedness of with the Creator, and it wasn't by, you know, this beam of light coming down and, you know, God, you know, speaking, you know, it wasn't nothing like
was
that.
Was that the only one that got the beam of light?
Yeah.
That thing spinning?
I think it was a cop. Yeah. That was a ghetto bird.
Well, I was laying on my back.
That was a ghetto bird. Yeah. No, but, you know, what I understand now is that it came to me in calmness. It settled my mind, and I was able to sit there in peace and quiet.
Oh, that's the best feeling right there.
That's how I found God. You know, that's how I found the Creator. Was that calm? That my mind wasn't going crazy. My mind wasn't racing. You know, I wasn't worried. That fear left me. And once I was able to understand what was happening, then I knew the Creator was moving in my life.
Yeah.
You know, and just being able to understand that today, like I look back at that and I remember, you know, like good morning, Cat. You know, just the calmness and the peace that I forgot all about it. You know, you forget about those things. And whenever I experienced it, I mean, it happened whenever I was meditating. First time I learned to really meditate in California. I mean, I remember just like a tear just like coming out, like wow, you know what I mean? Like I can't believe I've been missing out on this, you know? Like it that's how I felt the sacrifice, you know. Then today being able to stay sober and come back to Cheyenne country and get into our ceremonies. I mean, it's taken on a whole nother meaning. Good morning, Frida. You know, it's taken on a whole nother meaning in my life. You know, and I'm glad. My dad told me. He said, you know, this ain't nothing to play with. You know, because he seen where I was headed.
Yeah.
Boy, this ain't nothing to play with. Because my uncle was trying to get me a pipe. My Uncle Frankie was trying to get me a pipe. And my dad was like, nah, boy. You know, he's still calling me boy. Nah, boy. He said, when you're ready to make this the most important thing in your life, then you know, but make sure, you know, you make sure that you're done with all this, you know. Good morning, brother Oi. You know, and it was, I didn't realize it then. I thought he was just talking mess to me. You know, I just thought he was talking down to me. But, you know, I see now what he means, you know, what he meant about instant gratification and being able to, you know, just hold fast on what you want. You know, it's not going to land in you. Yeah, it's not going to land in your lap. You know, if you want something, you might have to suffer for it. So, go ahead.
I'm gonna take over now. Hey, you just basically said it all. Like, yeah, that's a first. He outspoke me. Mary says, "My sobriety take me anywhere." I really don't have anything on. God bless.
Good morning, Mary Faye. She told you hi.
Hi, Mary. How you doing?
We're gonna see her on the 21st.
Really?
Yeah, she's our honored elder.
Mary, bring your little lambs. I really don't have anything to say on this morning's meditation. It's really good. Like, I have to.
Yeah, I like this morning.
It is.
I like every mornings though. I like. You can read those then. You don't want to share. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just all mean today. Talkspace.
Where Talkspace go?
The Cheyenne Arapaho Tribes Department of Health Tribal Opiate Response Project Tour and 988 want to encourage all tribal y'all do this. If you need to talk, do this. 988. It works. It's confidential. Sometimes I call it. If my therapist ain't online. But yeah. 988.
So you use Talkspace too?
Well, I didn't do the Talkspace. I did the 988. I dialed 988.
Well,
but I've never used the Talkspace.
Talkspace is free online counseling.
See? Free online counseling.
And everybody that uses it, I mean, loves it. I mean, I've heard nothing but great things about Talkspace.
If Barry picks up the phone,
you know you're in trouble. Yeah.
Overdose prevention packs. They got Narcan, I can't even talk. Narcan fentanyl test kits, medication disposal packs, medication lock bags, wound care kits, opiate overdose symptom information, Narcan information, and information about all the drugs. That's a QR code. Scan it. Get you a pack. Yeah. You never know.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Stay safe.
Yep. What is that one?
Text TOUR to 888-580-4TOUR. Shout out to Brand Logics. It gives us all our updates. All of our updates. And yeah, you can keep up with what the Gord Clan does and what TOUR does as a program. Meetings, I mean, it gives all our updates. Every day, you know, if we got an activity going on, Brand Logics, shout out, OCO, you know, the Brand Logics. So, you know, that's how you get all our updates on what we're doing.
We got All Nations Res Curry Gord Clan Recovery Benefit Dance at the Poncho ERC, September 21st. Vivian. Y'all come out, dance, man. Come out, dance.
Yeah, come celebrate your recovery.
Yes.
Even if you you know, you want to support somebody in recovery. I mean, you know, we recover out loud around here. You know, we're trying to, you know, the opposite of addiction is connection. We're trying to connect back with our communities and, you know, show people that are still suffering in silence that there is a way out. The culture is the solution. And we want to help, you know, those that are still suffering. You know, we're going to bring some chips. Maybe, you know, we can have some people that are willing to get up there and talk about, you know, the solution. We all know what the problem is. Let's get up there and talk about the solution.
And our Wellbriety meetings. Monday, we have Mending Mondays. Y'all should check that one out. That one's really good. Tuesday is Talking Circle. That's at the Clinton Library in Clinton, America.
Every Tuesday at 7.
Yes, every Tuesday.
I heard they have a good turnout. 15 people.
When last night?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They went to a sweat. Bobby hosted a sweat.
Oh yeah, at the Crow's Nest. That's where they sweat in Clinton.
Tuesday, these informal gatherings in Watonga, 7 p.m. AA. It's AA.
I don't think they had it last night. But they will start again next Tuesday because George Hawkins is going to be going over there. So.
Really? That'd be good too.
Yeah, they're checking in today actually.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to have 16 people.
That's good.
Yeah,
that is good. The more, the merrier. Thursday, Talking Circle here on 1950 South Shepherd. Y'all come check it out. It's at 7 p.m. Friday is your 12-step meeting here at 1950 South Shepherd at 7 p.m. That's working the steps.
Good morning, Ruth. Thank you, Frida. Thank you, Frida.
We got Elders Traditional Night. Pathways will be hosting this event for our elders.
Good morning,
meal provided. It's on Tuesday, September 24th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. at
Elderly Nutrition
Clinton at the Elderly Nutrition Center. There will be games, storytelling, old-fashioned visits with our elders, sharing of knowledge. Be a good one.
Be a good one.
New one. New.
Mhm. And you can do that one.
Okay. Okay, we are requesting support from you. In honor of Recovery Month, we want to create a video of natives in recovery. Please send us a video of you and family members stating, "I am in recovery." And we will create a video campaign to show the world that we do recover. You can contact us at 405-295-1769 or message us, on here at Cheyenne Arapaho Tour Project. But, it's Recovery Month. And, we're trying to highlight, every native and not just, natives, anybody in recovery. We understand that this, we're trying to beat this stigma of recovery. Yeah, I was tore up, from the floor up at one time in my life. Nothing good was probably ever said about me, but I was able to turn that around. And I'm proud to say today that I am in recovery, because it seems like, the more and more I say that, the better and better I feel about myself. We don't want people ashamed or guilt driven, or we're trying to normalize recovery, and whatever that looks like for a person. So if even on the campaign video, if you just want to send in your own little video in the comments, and it just says, "I am in recovery." I mean, that's all that we want, as a person, just to say, "I am in recovery," and we're trying to just, build our community up and show other people, like, because there's so many people in recovery that you may not even know, you know what I mean? Like, you may not even know that they're, maybe you haven't seen them for a while. Maybe they sobered up. Maybe they quit tearing it, like,
Right.
just, we're trying to highlight that, we want that to be, looked at as a positive thing. Like, we appreciate everybody that's in recovery, and there is a whole community of us out there, and we're just trying to build these branches and get our family. We're all family, and that's how I look at it. And I want to know more and more about people that are in recovery. Good morning, Grandma Jerry.
Yesterday I went to Carter Seminary with this chick. Her name is Demita Hill, and we've been friends for the longest time. And she was coming from Texas, coming from the West, and she said she was going to stop by in El Reno to see me. So I gave her my address and everything, and we chopped it up, talked about old Carter days, and like just cracking up, having a good time. And before we left, she just looked at me and she was like, "You're really sober." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sober." I was like, "Just sober."
Yeah.
And she was just like, "I'm almost done with this month." And I was like, "What do you mean done with this month?" And she was like, "I'm almost done with this month of being sober." And I was like, "Really? And this girl could drink. Like, she could just dust off a 30-pack like it ain't nothing, And I praised her for being like almost a month sober.
Yeah.
And she said it gets hard, but she was like, "Elizabeth, if you could do it, I could do it." I said, "Okay."
Yeah, for sure.
I said, "All right."
For sure. That's what I tell everybody.
I said, "Come back in another 30 days and we'll see what you got."
I started telling my brothers, start telling them some of my war stories, and they're just looking at me like
right? Oh Lord,
what the hell's wrong with you? Like, but that's the good thing about it is, not if getting into AA and growing, paying attention to my morals and things like that. Growing in that aspect, that's what I think, Because if you're sober,
Hmm.
but you're a dry drunk.
Yeah.
That's miserable. And not saying there's any. If that works for you, then that works for you.
Hmm.
I had to grow spiritually and emotionally.
Yes, very much so.
And where the body is, that's so just being able to get into this recovery thing and grow in all aspects of my life.
Hmm.
Like that's been the amazing part of this journey is the growth in every aspect, mentally, physically, spiritually and emotionally.
Yeah.
And just understanding how it's all interconnected now.
Mhm.
These things didn't happen to me, they happened for me. So I can get on here and talk about these things today. So, I understand that now.
Yeah. You ever think about some of the crazy shit that you did?
Man, you don't even want
I'd like sometimes I think about it, I'm like, how did I survive that? I was like, wow.
The stories we hear.
Oh my
I don't
god.
even want to get into my story.
I remember this time.
And it's like what I love about like going to AA and all tour and everything. Like you can sit there and tell your story, and somebody's got something like not exactly like it, but close to it. They're like, "Yeah, we did that too." And I'm like, "Oh
Yeah,
Lord,
we're all alike. I mean, we're all the same.
They must be Cheyenne too."
Keep learning. That's right, Alex.
Yeah.
I got my grandma Jerry on here.
Mm-hmm.
It was good to see her at the drum all weekend. Thank you, Frida. She said she can give a ride from OKC to the powwow. And good morning, Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say we covered it all.
This weekend, sorry. I didn't print that.
Oh yeah, prevention in the park. Prevention in the park. Saturday, 5th annual prevention and recovery in the park.
6 to 8. Or
6 to 9 at Scissortail Park.
Oh, that would be good. Y'all come out.
It's supposed to be a pretty big event, huh? Pretty big event. And, to highlight Recovery Month.
Mm-hmm.
We just got done. August was overdose awareness. Now it's recovery. Good morning, Chad. Chad boy.
Still waiting on my spousal support.
What? You leave my sister hang? Yeah.
Get him.
But no, we'll be out there this Saturday. We're gonna set up our little, outreach table. Doing what we do. I'm sure get a chance to network. I see my future ex-wife.
Won't be ex. You don't send that spousal support. Y'all come take pictures with us. Tell us,
we do recover.
Tell us your sobriety date,
And then the color run, is that this Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh. Saturday and Sunday. So I guess we're flexing time this week. So it doesn't stop, which is okay. Good morning, brother Danu. Color run in Clinton, September 8th. What's the hours on that? I'm looking right at it too.
Squint to see it.
I'm trying to stay in camera and squint.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock on a Sunday?
Dang.
And then the race starts at 10:30.
Okay, yeah. Your registration opens at 8. I believe it's a 5K, right? And it'll be at the park in Clinton, right?
Clinton IHS. It starts.
Oh, Clinton IHS. Okay, well, there's a walking trail back there. So I'm sure it'll be on the walking trail. 8 o'clock. We'll see you Sunday morning in Clinton. So,
and then one last
speaker night. Speaker night.
Come listen.
We got our speaker right here. It'll be September 19th. All Nations Well Variety Speaker Night with special guest Elizabeth Cattigas.
We'll have good sandwiches.
Yeah, we'll have something. We'll have something. We'll provide a meal. And yeah, it was decided today. You know, we figured we had enough men come through, you know, it's time she's a war veteran. So that's what I love about Kat. You know,
right.
She's been, you know, she's faced the enemy. So it's a big deal to me. So yeah.
And people like that are invited.
September 9th. Everybody's invited. Everybody's invited. So you know, we don't judge around here. So
we can't.
Yeah.
We cannot do that whatsoever.
But yeah, I feel like we've been on long enough. We better get off of here. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good day. Aho for all the comments, everybody that tunes in. We honestly appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
At a time.
Aho.